Hey everyone, August is more than halfway through. Haven't done my August episode yet. There's not a lot this month that excites me, so I'm probably just going to bitch about stuff. This is MMA I. Hey everyone, I'm Razz. This is MMA I. This is the August edition. August started with UFC 264. It was Cyril Gane against Derek Lewis for the interim heavyweight title fight. One thing that I think sucks is interim title fights when there isn't an interim title needed. They've got a champion that would fight. They just can't seem to make a deal. So they did an interim title fight. I don't get it. But Cyril Gane against Francis Ngannou is shaping up, so sometime in the future, who knows when, that could be a pretty interesting fight. Another thing, just randomly to bitch about, split decisions. One thing that's getting to be too much commonplace, and I don't get it at all, is how can you have two judges be 29-28 one way and the third judge is 30-27 the other way? There's something wrong with it. I don't have a solution. Like I said, I was just going to bitch about it. The reason I jumped in here today to do an episode is because you got a PFL fight card tonight, Bellator tomorrow, UFC the following night. There's not a lot that excites me about any of these cards. You do have Kayla Harrison fighting tonight. She's an absolute beast. One of the biggest betting favorites of all time. So I guess you can look forward to that. Nobody expects anybody to beat her. That's another thing I'm disappointed with. Fighters missing weight. You had Larissa Pacheco, who has actually taken Kayla Harrison to the distance twice, and I was actually looking forward to a trilogy fight, even though it was kind of a one-sided affair. She did take her to the finish line, and you can see Pacheco is getting better. So I was looking forward to that. You can shit can it now. Tomorrow night, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The thing that pisses me off about that fight card is it's in South Dakota, and they couldn't even get my guy Bobby Lee on the fight card. I just thought from a geographical perspective it would be a good idea to put the kid from Minnesota on there. He was ready to go. I tweeted that out, and he liked it. So I was hoping that they could get him involved, but not to be. Saturday, UFC on ESPN 29. It's Jared Cannonier against Kelvin Gastelum. Not a whole lot to be excited on that fight card. You do have a Clay Guida fight. He can be pretty damn exciting. Brian Kelleher is also fighting. Not a whole lot more. These usually when they put the UFC fight cards onto the ESPN flagship, they're usually just better cards, more intriguing cards. But you just go with what you get, I guess. Next week, UFC on ESPN 30. You do have the final fights for this season of Tough. I don't know if you guys are watching The Ultimate Fighter. As soon as I start thinking about those fights, then it just makes me look forward to next month for UFC 266, when you've got the two coaches, Volkanovski against Brian Ortega. That's actually shaping up to be a nice card. There's two title fights on that one, and the return of Nick Diaz. And since it's fallen in August, I guess I should also mention the Jake Paul Tyrone Woodley fight. Really doesn't do a lot for me, but at least this time Jake Paul is going to be fighting against somebody who can possibly throw a punch. So it's a little bit more intriguing matchup. I'm not a big fan of the UFC or the MMA fighters crossing over to boxing. It just seems to me like it's a huge money grab, but what are you going to do? I know this has been nothing but positivity. Looking forward to September. Looks to be a great month. Maybe I'll get my groove back next month and get in here a little bit earlier and we can talk about some of this stuff. But until then, I don't know. You got a fight card tonight, fight card tomorrow, fight card the night after that. And how do you possibly bitch about that? So I'm Razz. This is MMA I.